Oh, God, I'm shocked. I came back here once again. It's about 2 decades. There was a break last week, but I uploaded the vlog video. I thought there was going to be a video next week, but I forgot there was a break last week. So that's my apologies. I've been working on the webcam, doing other side things. Got to post up some images, this and that. Trying to push things forward. But you saw the title of the video. Hajime per round 1365 has dropped 4 hours ago. Usually it drops around 2 or 3 hours ready, but it came out at 6 instead of 2 or 3, so I don't understand what the delay was. But hey, last we left our boy Juan Garcia, we were trying to land into Mishiba, and Mishiba is using some top tier pairing. He's not getting hit, he's not getting touched. Mishiba seems untouchable. But for how long? How long? Juan is the world champion. In this chapter, we will get into it. As even Kumi watches round 1, who would take the initiative? Round 1365 world level techniques. Come on, Mishiba, you can do this. You can do this, man. I believe Mishiba can do it. And we start right at the back. Right at the back. The announcer, Garcia, rushed back and forth, looking for a chance to put forward how the former champion, world champion, deal with this difference in height and range. And just look at him. Look at him. Look at Juan like he's doing a Dempsey roll. Like he's doing a Dempsey roll. And we get this close-up shot of Mishiba on his thoughts. And Mishiba says, from the left, from the right, or maybe from the below, or maybe from above. Where's he coming at? Where's he coming from? What's coming? Juan steps in. Mishiba's like, when is he coming? From below, I gotta block, Mishiba says. Mishiba parries, and Juan goes to the other side. And Mishiba's like, when did he step in? And the announcer continues. He closes in from the side and let loose into the body. Incredible. Look, announcer, what are you talking about? He's not touching nothing. He's not touching nothing. But he does throw about three hooks to the body. And he goes up top. Mishiba's shocked. And he still connects nothing. Mishiba's guard goes up. Wait. Grab. No! We have not seen this in decades. I think Sonata was the one who did it before. Somebody did this to Ippo where he grabbed Ippo's guard and opened it up manually. Juan Garcia is cracking open Mishiba's guard. Mishiba was wide open. Mishiba, use your other arm. Mishiba. An arm goes down. Clean shot to the body. He faked him out. Going to the head. Moved his arm right away. And opened up his body. Mishiba overcorrected himself. These are some world level techniques. Mishiba's like, and Ippo says to himself, he got so close, so easily. He threw a series of left down low. He showed an upright big. He showed a big right up top. And then he split his guard up to make it look he was aiming for the right, and then he threw another left down low. Some world-class technique. They're not continuing. Garcia is showing a whole arsenal. He's taking Mishiba down. Without any concern for the height difference. Is Mishiba career? Mishiba's cheer squad has no response. Hey, you don't you pick on them. Those are good people. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. And that's continue. And a big left swing, Abib to say, "Get off me." But he refuses to retreat. He's sticking with him with lateral steps. Mishiba. He looks like Juan. Ippo says to himself, he can't reset at all. He's not letting him rest. He can't keep up his pressure for long. He can't. Mishiba, he backstepped. And that says he retreats. Juan looks over at him. And Mishiba thinks to himself, even if you're going to throw from there, it will reach. Juan steps in. Whoa, what is this? What is this? Juan Garcia throws out a feint, dives in to the right. Wait a minute. Mishiba thinks to himself. So this is a real way he keeps destroying the distance. This is the real way he keeps destroying the distance in a single moment. His punches stole my attention before, so I never even noticed. There's no apostrophe yet, so I never even noticed. We see Juan stepping in. When he throws a punch, his front leg takes a huge step forward, and then he draws back his leg after a similar movement. And Anasa continues, and then from a body blow from the side, and then he goes around he goes around to attack the outside. And he goes up top. He fakes out Mishiba to the body again. And Anasa says, showing a big feint up top to counter to invite a counter, but the fighter goes another body blow. I wanted to make a quick comment. What is Juan gonna get out of these body blows? But body blows don't really do nothing to Mishiba. Not really. And all things, he's not like Hajime. The bullet blows don't really do anything to him. But it continues. Mishima continues to think. If I attack from a guarded position, I'm a step too slow. What do I do? What do I do? Don't you panic. You faced this type of pressure before. But now it's continues. The tile of fire is crumbling from below. What a by the book plan of attack, but with such precision and skills. As he continued to tear into Mishima, Mishima's moving back and forth on the ropes. He's working the ropes like he's a Yabuki. The knots continue, but with such precision and skill, Mishima's physical and mental strength, they're beginning to be chopped down. Don't you lie to me, announcer. Don't you lie to me. Naoki yells out, use your legs. You're good at high-speed battles, aren't you? And Kimura says, just running away and firing at random. He's determined this isn't an opponent he could just deal with so easily. Plus, the more he speeds up, the more time it becomes to communicate between the brain and the body. His processing power won't be able to keep up. Right now, all he can do is plant his fight and watch closely and wait for a mispunch to take advantage of. One can see a tear to can to Mish, like one is not doing anything though. He's not actually hurt, like except from a few body blows. That's light work. That's light work, as some might say light work. Ippo says to himself, Mishima's god is lowering. And it keeps lowering. I thought it makes sense. But I guess that it makes sense when he's been showing all those body blows. But this is his opponent's plan. Most definitely a blow. Definitely a blow from above. It will come. It will come, it will come, it will come. It's here. And you see Mishima can see it clear. Mishima, brace for impact. He feints out. It's another one to the body. Another one from Juan Garcia. Ippo's like, it was a feint. Mishima's like, and I was continuing at the same time. His body twists into a greater than shape. Mishima contorts in pain. And Juan's like, his face has finally dropped. And there's two thought bubbles there. I don't know if that's a mistake or it was just but then the referee gets in the middle and it's gone. Round one is over. Announcer continues. The former world champion used the whole 3 minutes to show off his incredible strength. And throughout the arena is where throughout the arena is what we're hearing such a sigh of relief, or the relief that Mishima lives another round. Or is it bracing the breath to reassure themselves of the troubles that are to come? With a light shine on Mishima next round. And we got Juan's coach that says that was a good start. But Juan says I wanted to hurt him a bit more than that. I can see in his eyes that he's not just gonna roll over. Although, even if I had more swords that I haven't unsheathed, Ippo thinks that even though he's attacked so fiercely, his breathing is calm and collected. I never experienced this before. The stamina could fight for 12 rounds. He can't keep up this pace. He can't. Ippo looks over. As for Mishima, Ippo is turned into a ghoul, and Mishima says that motherfucker. And Mishima's coach like, don't talk, catch your breath. It's no wonder he's furious. He's far stronger than we predicted. The Mishima over before would have gotten all hot-headed and picked a slug fight, which would have meant he would have got destroyed before the end of the round. I'm grateful, Makaneuchi. Thanks to your advice, he kept up a strong guard, was able to withstand the damage. He also got a good look at the opponent before the returning. And the coach continues, he yells out loud to Mishima, does you feel that that's the world level, but this isn't the highest point. Remember, what you've accomplished so far, believe in yourself. And then you got Mishima saying to himself, huh? What the hell? This is the highest point? That's right, this is just a preliminary match. This is where Makaneuchi gave up. This is a whole nother league for everything else. I've never faced such a hopeless gap in my skill at hitting people. And Miata's in the crowd, let's go Miata! Miata's in the crowd! And Mishima says to himself, no, I have only once, a long time ago. tasted that same hopelessness. No, Miyata! Is this the end for you? Is it? Mishiba said. And the announcer said, round 2, let's go! Let's go with a Grim Reaper show his true colors. To be continued. Amazing! Let's go! Miyata's here! Let's go! I was not expecting that. F for Miyata. But what I think of the chapter, I thought the chapter was pretty good. It's nothing spectacular, but I think it's pretty good. I love the Mishiba insight. Love that Mishiba's here. I love that Miyata's here. I love that we get into the mind of Mishiba. I love everything else, but I'm not feeling this whole Juan Garcia hype. I'm just not. It's not the fact that I believe Mishiba would win. It's the pace he's keeping up with. Mishiba literally did nothing that entire round. Some of them say, "Oh, he had the stamina." No, don't give me that stamina crap. No one goes out punching for 12 rounds. No one just goes out there and just go pedal to the metal for 12 rounds straight without a break. Name a fighter who does such a thing. Name one. Just says relentless pressure for 12. No, I could be wrong. But at this pace, it's not even the fact that Juan is just going at this pace and he's been hitting mostly nothing. Like the body blows to Mishiba isn't doing anything. Some might say, "Oh, look at the way he slumped in the corner." That's more of a mental stress. That was more mental being worn down than the body is. That's literally what that is. But overall, for Garcia's skill, some excellent pressure, some excellent head movement, but I'm not impressed. And the reason I say is, what about the feints and things like that? We've seen characters do that before. Not sure it's coming. It's like it's returned to being like a mainstay thing where, yeah, now people are doing feints again. But we already knew about the whole feint thing for Sendo and Ippo, that whole fight, and how it can help him, and from Kogama and Nakoda. So I don't see why, like 1,000 chapters later, it gets brought back up and seeing characters use feints again. And I think I have it like a few times in the Vork fight. But besides that, I don't see why feints just took such a long nap on the back burner. It's just been a bench on for like a while now. But overall, I'm just not feeling Juan Garcia's hype. I just can't. I haven't seen nobody hype him up, but I can't see it. So this man's an animal. He's a beast because he's not doing anything. He's doing the basic tactics. He's not doing anything specific. He's not. That's the thing. There's a way he could have cracked open Mishiba's guard and went in for an uppercut. Cause he hitting him to the body is not going to do anything. Mishiba's body is pretty much made out of titanium alloy reinforced with Kevlar. That's not going to do anything. Everybody knows that hitting Mishiba towards the body not going to do anything. And sure, Juan doesn't know. Sure, this is just the first round. Sure, it seems like one of them got some type of plan. Sure, but Mishiba hasn't done anything at all. He really hasn't. And it does seem like Juan Garcia is very specific. He's a very perspective person, which most pressure fighters have to be, especially with that type of head boot. He's the elite level fighter, but I don't think it's nothing that Mishiba can't handle. I really don't. And then like Mishiba brings it, this is what Mukano Uchi stopped it. Wow, throw him under the bus. Jeez, what happened? Should have sworn, you guys. No, not that got thrown. Not when he lost it. What Mukano Uchi gave up. Wait, what? Come on, man. And there was no guarantee he's gonna get that fight. But the artwork is off the chart this chapter. George has been on the drugs. He's juiced up. This artwork is fantastic. But yeah, the chapter's well paced. Everything's great about it. But I don't see Juan Garcia winning with this strategy. Cause like he's overworking himself and getting nowhere. Like a few hits to the body, like he haven't shut down Mishiba's legs yet. Now some might say it's gonna work eventually. Eventually, like what, round 5 or 6? We don't know what Mishiba got in his sleeves. He hasn't put out the high caliber flickers. It's not like Mishiba's the same either. The Mishiba's coach bring if this was the old one, he would have just went back to his old way and just would have slugged it out. I'm throwing out $5. I think Mishiba can slug out Garcia. I don't think he can win, but I think he can hold his own. Just by him, because it's not like when Mishiba slugs out, it's not like he's. I can't have a perfect example. It's not like it's pure savagery without any type of technique. Now there is technique there. Just let's go look at the Saramura fight. There is some form of technique in the savagery, but against Juan Garcia, it would be highly unwise to do that. But I don't know. Cause you can see him reading it. It's just like Juan's doing a feint to the body, and it's just like, are you gonna throw a jab, buddy? Are you gonna throw a jab? Cause it's just been nothing but towards the body. It's just been one body, feint body. Now some might say he's waiting, pressing for his time. He's waiting for it to go up top. But if that's gonna be the case, you might would use every single angle and punch to get Mishiba confused. Might as well. You might as well. You might as well. If you're gonna go that far, you might want to throw out some jabs, throw out some he already throwing out, like he keeps throwing hooks. Does he not have a jab? Where's his straight right at? He got an overhand, and it's just now. Sure, he is the shoulder fighter. Sure, he is. If I'm not saying merit, he could throw out some uppercuts. I don't know. I don't think this game plan it's very successful here. Very successful at all. Because besides from overworking Mishiba mentally, he haven't really achieved anything else at all. Cause that's more of mental fatigue later on that you see Mishiba slumped in a corner for it than actual physical fatigue. He's overly working his mind over this, and that's it. And the fact that he can't properly predict Juan Garcia's the only thing throwing him up. Arguably, you just need to remember Ippo, really. I can't recall if Sinnoh sparred Mishiba. I think they did for like a short. I gotta look that up. It has been a while. It's just been a while. Jesus. Yeah. Now, cause I remember, but I don't remember if he sparred Mishiba or not. I can't recall that. Cause I know he was doing a beatdown to her. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did fight with Mishiba. Yeah, he did. I can't remember what it looks like, but he did. Cause he mentioned to Alfredo Gonzalez that Mishiba gave him more of a beating, more of a savage slugfest than Alfredo was doing early in the fight. So yeah, he did. Cause like what I see from Juan, the rapid bobbing and things like that, and going to the body, it is no different from what Kimura did. It's no different from what Ippo did, and with the counters, the way he just nearly got his head taken off by trying to throw like one single flicker, is no different from what Miyato was doing. When she braids up, that's the only time he actually felt like this. So there'll be no broken feet around this time, but I want to see Juan actually like going all 12 round with Mishiba. I just don't see it. I just don't. I wish I could sit here and say Juan is an animal. Mishiba's in trouble. This and that, but I just don't see it with this strategy. It's not working. Cause like you overworking Mishiba's brain, but you're not achieving anything. Now some might say, but he'll get mentally worn out. Tell that against Ippo. Say that. Ippo destroyed his right hand. Just bring it back. It's not over. What? He can't throw a flicker, can he? Pow! Down goes Mukanuchi. You talk about mental strength. Mishiba is the top of the top in Japan here. The same Mishiba who got knocked out cold, and by the end of by the time the gong rang for the fight to be over, Mishiba's like, come on, come get some. She's an animal. I could have he survived that fight with Saramura as well. That's quite an animal. But yeah, just like the Shinobu fight, there was only one that got away. One guy he wasn't able to outbeat in a way. I can argue Misha and Saramura is around the same. I want to see who would have definitively won that fight if it didn't get so low down and dirty. But Mishima did prove he was a Mud King. He is the dirtiest fighter in the sport. When it comes to low down and dirty, he has somehow beat someone more in his own game. Give him that. But the only person he haven't beat or overcome really is that whole counters. And was arguably it would have been a much better opponent if Juan Garcia did have was more like a mid-range fighter. Yeah, it would be better then. Cause not even just a parallel to Miyata, it'll be something that he hasn't really dealt with before. Cause most people are pressure fighters that Mishiba's fought. Plus then with a fighter who works at a different range, sure you better throw out the flickers. But for that same merit, the flickers won't do anything. Seriously, how good would you think Misha would do against like a Itagaki or a Seiyeki or a Kurosawa who got the footwork and the speed and can operate at mid-range? Because those fighters aren't long range. Misha was like long range. He's the sniper type. They just got good medium range, can get in and get out clean. Pretty much, yeah. Because if Seiyeki was like any further away from Ippo, I doubt that Ippo would be able to touch it. And then you got guys like, then it goes into a subject of what is medium range. Because you can say like guys like Miyata's medium range and Sendo is medium range. Then what is truly long range if you don't use flicker? If I consider a guy like Itagaki and like Kurosawa and Seiyeki not to be a long range fighter, to be a mid range fighter. That is an interesting question. Because we don't really have any too many long range fighters really. I guess you could say someone more could be another one, but he's more of like a high mid-range to being hitting someone halfway across the ring like Misha is. Like we don't really run into too many guys with that type of reach. Yeah, I guess you could say Richard Bison is another long-range. Yeah, Richard Bison is another long-range fighter, but you don't need the hitman stance to be a long-range fighter. But mostly, that's pretty much what it's been. It's been like mid-range, high mid-range. You have close mid-range. I put it like this. High mid-range is like a Freddy Gonzalez, where pretty much you have no real chance of touching them close range. Like you could just get popped 5-6 times, and like your punches aren't touching them. That is like high mid-range. Mid-range is like a Miyata, a Itagaki, Seiyeki, and close mid-range is a Sendo. Because Ippo is like an inside fighter. He is a close fighter. He's not mid. This is the whole point between that Kogama. Pointing up between Sendo and Ippo is they work out two different ranges. Sendo do not press into people's chests, even though he's somewhat close range. He's more mid-range and throw out his punches further, like the smash. They're being close range like Mike Tyson. So yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it. But yeah, the fact that Juan is not even like a close mid-range fighter like Sendo, that makes things even more like he's dealt with the bobbing and weaving before. He's dealt with this type of pressure before, and Ippo is arguably more irritating. Actually, he was more irritating. It's the fact that Juan is overworking his mind with the feints. That's it. On which you should be able to catch the timing of it. Because somebody said, what do you mean by the timing? Arguably, 9 times out of 10, if Juan throw out a feint, right, there's a chance if you go in for it, you take the bait, you can get countered. But if you know what the counter is going to be, and you just clop him with a chopping right, you just got to take that hit to the body. You got to have to be Ralph Anderson, take the hit to the body and blam, chopping right. Hit him right then and there. I don't care if it's before or after, you got to hit him right then and there. Because if you know the feint is going to happen, and he's repeating the same figure 8 pattern, just like Kojima, you'll pop him right then and there. Forget the damage. You're Ralph Anderson. Go in there, Misha. Hurt him. Why do I turn to the fight coordinator? What has happened with this Mishima fight? Because nobody else I turned to fight coordinator. I just had these predictions. But with this fight, just like, come on, Mishima, you can beat if there's holes. You can clop him. Why am I turning to fight coordinator? I'm not in Mishima's corner. What is this? What is this? Only with Ippo I've done this. Only with Ippo. Even though I have more weapons, I haven't unsheathed yet. Alright. And then, like, Mishima's reaction to this whole thing is like he's more mentally overwhelmed than anything else. And that's it. Is this the end for you, Mishima-san? No. Will the Grim Reaper show his true colors? Today is an interesting question. Because if that's the case, then Have you... I made the whole video of the Rise of Champion Mishima, but have we truly seen Mishima's entire full style? Have we? Because Mishima had thrown out a feint once against Shinobi, that was it. As far as I recall, he threw out once. And you already faced this high level pressure before it when he was sparring with Ippo as well. But besides from the feints, like, what is Juan doing different? Now, sure, he does say he has some more tools up his arsenal. He does have some more unsheathed swords, but come on, Johnny. Come on, this is not working. It's not like he's saying, alright, we've mentally overwhelming him. This is the first time being anywhere close to the world stage. We got him. We'll work him, break him down. He's just... It doesn't seem like that's the game plan. He's not going to just roll over it. His breathing is so calm and collected. Remember, we've never seen someone go like a... I don't know. I'm just not buying into it, man. I'm just not... I like Juan. I love what he's showing off, but I'm not impressed. This is like a previous chapter. This is like a 2.5 chapter. Just continue off we seen last time. He's far stronger than we predicted. Like we haven't been in these situations before. Your back has been against the wall before, multiple times. Like we won the Pacific Championship against the corner, and then you got the Japanese Championship, which he didn't give up that he was fighting to keep that belt. But that's the thing. It'll be different if Mishima was fighting at a bigger stage, like a lot bigger stage to where try to fight. And the atmosphere could psych him out, but I think he can overcome this mental pressure. He's like one of the strongest mental characters throughout the entire series. The strongest. He's not there. Yeah, he's on one. It's like Takamura, Sendo, and then there's Mishima. What is Ippo fit into this is unknown. Well, it depends. You're talking about Alfredo Gonzalez Ippo. He's number one. He's an animal. That fool's a monster. Bling bling. Courage. What? Why? He should have went down by now. What is this? Alfred's having a heart attack right now. Alfred's questioning his life decisions. He hit him like 5 to 6 times. He keeps coming. What type of animal is this? He's not going down. Some good times. Good times. But overall, I want to give you guys thoughts and opinions about this chapter. And how you feel that Juan Garcia is handling Mishima so far. I don't see this plan working at all, because like, arguably if he wanted to, he could have been hit Mishima already. He could have just loaded up with a combination, just one to the body, his guard was still open, uppercut to the right. And you can easily just press, like seriously, he could just press him into a corner if he wanted to. For the way he's talking, just like, I got some more weapons. Like, get him out of there. Stop playing with bumps. Once again, stand that whole easy. Oh, he's a weak fighter. It's payday. Then get him out of there. Get the easy money then. Jeez. I just don't see Juan. I don't think he got what it takes. Because even if he show a higher degree of level, Mishima has already encountered and been in this corner time and time again. He's not doing anything different. Oh, the feints. That's it. You gotta have some more. You gotta have some more. You have to have some more. Cause if you want to, you could have been counted Mishima. Mishima's been working the ropes all night. Like Ippo would have been pressured him to the corner. He would have had the pressure to get him somewhere. Why not Juan? What is the further game plan? I just want to know how he's gonna put Mishima down right now. Even I have more weapons I haven't unsheathed yet. Even though he's not gonna roll over and die. I'm very curious what these weapons are. Very curious. Cause the longer Mishima don't throw a punch, the longer it seems like Juan's gonna go down real quick. It's gonna be about 2 chapters. You're gonna get beat straight by Mishima. The longer this fight goes on and Mishima don't throw a punch, the worse it's going to be for Juan. At least he was like, he was connecting clean up Misha with Shin and mixing with all the type of combinations. Well, I'm back, and I cut out like a massive part of what I was talking about towards the end. But yeah, I just don't see how Juan's gonna win, because even like he mix up all the type of combinations, even if he does, he's already faced this type of opposition before. We've already done this time and time again. I'm really mad that it cut off. I am really mad that it did cut off like that. Because I was getting such a massive detail. It was so good, the medium rings and things like that. And it all got... Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm very sorry that it got cut off. I wasn't paying attention, and yeah, I just don't see Juan beating Mishima like this. I just don't see it. The strategy makes no type of sense. If he could have switched it up easily, throwing some uppercuts. He could have easily hurt Mishima, pressed him. There are other different avenues that he could have done by now in round 1, just to get him out of there. Even that got weapons that happen on shit. Like, why play the games? Like you've been beating Mishima against the ropes all this entire time. You might well test him out. You might want to try your meal yourself first. You might want to tear into him, take a chunk out of him. But I just don't see it. I'm not believing the hype. Even with Miyata, we didn't even know how that fight with Miyata would have turned out. If he just would have got knocked out clean, or Mishima just would have done something sporadic. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Because most of this levels to the game, he haven't even put out his full arsenal, because apparently that fight against Shinobu could have ended a lot earlier than it did if it wasn't for the illegal blows. And Mishima remembering what the Dragon Fist blow was. So it's just like Mishima's already faced this type of pressure. He's already dealt with it in the fight, and besides from the feints, even if we have a different degree, even if he introduced some type of wrestling, Mishima is arguably better than him at that. Arguably. Because he can fight in the close range if he wants to. He can't. He's the only fighter to date to fight somebody else with one hand. The only one. And keep up at a high exchange. And the hits to the body's not going to do nothing. He already had the mental fortitude to actually survive this mental onslaught, which is the only thing that's doing damage. Like I said before, you can switch it up with the combination, throw one to the body, move left and right, and go right at the middle. Like Misha was like, I just been having his guard up this entire time. And it's just like, yeah, come on, you can't get him out of there. It's what it is. Some of you guys can believe the highlight there. I'd like to be like, comment, and subscribe, because I personally believe that Juan just don't have it. I don't see anything impressive. Like, it's been like what 2-3 chapters now. He's been doing the exact same thing in the first round, and Misha's just been tap dancing around him, taking a few body blows. He's taking harder hits than that. Easy. It wasn't for him not seeing the punch coming. He's taking harder blows than that. $5 Ippo hit harder than Juan. That's a fact. By default, he hit harder than Juan. So if you're Mr. King, I know you got thoughts in the pen. Do you believe that Misha was getting beat to the corner, he would not survive? Or do you believe on my side that Misha does have a handle on things, and he does know what he's doing, and he does have further levels to his game that we get to see yet? Who knows? But hey, this is Mr. King. Got thoughts in the pen. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace. I'm very mad that most of the footage got cut off.